Hello and welcome back. I'm Nicole, a cottage witch, and today I am doing some spring decks. Mostly because it's very much not spring here yet. We hit our, I think, second fake spring, and now it's snowing. It's a lazy Saturday for me, and it's been snowing since Wednesday, and will probably keep snowing till Monday, I think. So it's feeling very wintry outside, despite the fact it's March 23rd as I'm filming this. It'll probably go up later than that, but somewhere in the vicinity of spring anyway. But I felt like filming this today because a little touch of spring would be nice. Now I've got this one out first. This is the Witch Sister Tarot, not because I think it's particularly spring, but because it is going to be the study deck for March and April for Lisa Pepez's channel membership. So this will be my study deck. I mean, it's a little bit spring for March and April, even though I'm not sure I'm not really sure it's any particular season, really. But I love it, and so I'm very happy that it's the study deck, because I need to finish reading the guidebook, which I haven't done yet, so that's good. So first up, in no particular order, on the actual decks that feel like spring, is the Seventh Sphere Marseille. I've got this out because I've been studying Marseille lately. I just read Camelia Elias's book, Read Like the Devil, the Marseille one, and it's incredible. I don't necessarily think I agree with all of it, but it's an incredible book, and I'll read her other ones for sure. The other Read Like the Devil ones, I mean, because she's got a lot of books out there. But I don't know, somehow the color palette of this just feels like early spring, like winter to spring, maybe? I don't know. It's got some of the cool, some of the warm, but it's not quite, it's not vibrant enough to be like a summer day deck. So yeah, I think this is winter to spring. So I'll keep this out and keep trying to use it. I'm getting a little bit better at Marseille. I'm still not exactly comfortable with the pips, but I'm getting there. So that'll be fun. And I mean, it's got these beautiful rose sort of edges, and yeah, I love it. So that's my only Marseille spring type deck. Then I've got a deck I haven't used in like a year, which I probably should, which is the Spirit Song Tarot. I've had this for a while, because I think, did I get this secondhand? I can't remember. At any rate, it's not a very expensive deck. It's mass market. And it's beautiful. But for some reason, I just haven't used it a lot. But it's also a winter to spring deck for me, I think, just because of the color palette, like the tones of it. I love it. It's so beautiful. I don't know. I just haven't used it for a long time, so maybe it's about time to do something about that. And it does have keywords, which in this case I like, because I don't know a lot about all of these animals. Like, I recognize some of them, but I don't necessarily know a lot about them. So yeah, in this case, that'll come in handy. And yeah, so I think I'll keep this out. I'm not sure yet. I've been trying to do the capsule collection tag that's been going around this year. So I did it for January and February, and you'll see for March, when my March wrap up goes up, that I did an absolutely abysmal job of following the rules in March. The rules were very much disregarded, but maybe this will be in the running for April. We'll see. Hopefully it will be more spring-like in April. This is one I just got. This is the mass market version of Dirt Gems, which I wasn't sure. I've been back and forth a lot about whether I should get it or not. It's a beautiful deck. I love the artwork. There are a few black and white ones that I might still color in. I've colored in some of the black and white ones because that's just beautiful. I love it. So yeah, there's some. This I'll leave the way it is because it's got the purpley blue background, which I think really works for Elder. But like I had to color in Dandelion because it was in black and white, and that's just not going to work for me. Yeah, besides that, I haven't really used this deck much, so it may stay out for spring. It may stay out for summer. I don't know. Things with a black background tend to be more wintry for me for some reason. But this is also very bright and colorful, so I don't know. I love this one. It may either be a spring or summer situation, but I think it's in contention for spring. But that might just be because it's new and I haven't had a chance to use it yet. This doesn't have the keywords, so if you don't know the plants, you will have to look up in the guidebook. Unless you just want to go off the images, which is possible, I suppose. Easier with some of the images maybe than others, but yeah, I'm quite intrigued by this one. It's very different from some of the other plant ones I've got. It's more abstract. And I mean, even though the plants, like the components are not really abstract necessarily, the way they're all pieced together sort of is, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'm not really sure about this deck, but I decided I had to try it because me and plants, it's a thing. So I had to give it a go, and yeah, like that's one of the ones I colored in because Boneset doesn't make sense to be black and white to me. What else did that one I colored in a little bit of the flower. Is that even on camera? Oh, good. Okay. That one I colored in because straw flower is so colorful. And I don't grow it on my balcony, but the black and white doesn't make sense for me. Same with lavender. It just had to have a little bit of color. So I've done that for some of them, which has been actually kind of fun. Just coloring things in. And not too stressful because it's mass market now, so it wasn't super expensive. So I feel like if I wreck one of them. Also, it's with the cover, the finish on the card, it's very easy to use a little alcohol swab and remove some of the color. It doesn't remove the color completely, but it allows you to like recolor over it if you. I have had trouble with this tuck box though. Come on, there we go. All right, this is a bit of a spring deck for me. This is our tarot, but I'm not sure if it'll be out in the spring. The reason being, I love it, but I need to study it. And if I'm studying Witch Sister in March and April, this might get pushed till May and June. It was going to be this winter, and then that just didn't happen. I just was reading all sorts of other things. But the guidebook I do need to finish reading. Because some of these people I know, but some of them I don't. So yeah, but every time I read an entry on somebody, it totally makes sense. Why they're that. Like, I think they matched the character to the card really well, or the person to the card. I love Hungary Matai. And I think it's just really beautiful. I love collage, and this is one of my favorite collage decks. It's so cool. Yeah, I love it. But in order to be able to use it, I need to know who the people are. But in order to know what the people are, I actually need to finish reading the guidebook, and I haven't done that yet. So, even though this is a bit spring, it might get pushed till a bit later in the spring. I mean, May is still spring in Alberta. It's really, our last frost date is supposed to be May. It hasn't been in a few years because, you know, climate change. Come on. I'm having some fun with tuck boxes today. There we go. But it is supposed to be May. This is one that I'll definitely bring out in the spring. This is a spring summer deck for me. It's so beautiful. It's the Gentle Tarot, and it's the only deck I have two versions of. I have this is the first one I got, and I have the linen edition because I got it with the guidebook, which is phenomenal. Highly recommend the guidebook. It's because it's got one of my favorite things that guidebooks can have, which is explanations of the art symbolism, like the reason for choosing different animals or symbols or anything else. I love it. And this is just one of the most beautiful decks I have. It's my all-time favorite. Like, if I had to pick one deck forever, it would be this one. It's so good. So good. It still, is it in order? It's still kind of in order. Because it was my Drop 'em 78 reference deck, and I haven't used it since then. But I think I'll pull it out this spring, because it's very spring and summer to me. This is one of the extra, like, bonus cards. I love this one. It's so good. Yeah, I could just keep. There are two different lovers cards, and I leave them both in because I do. I like them both. And I mean, it's got the more challenging cards, but it's done everything, and it really is appropriately named as the Gentle Tarot. And I think her Oracle is going to come to Kickstarter soon. That goes with this deck, so I'm very excited about that. I will be all over that. This is one of my favorites. It's so good. Okay, before I just keep flipping through the entire thing, because I could very easily do that. I will not. And I've got, is this my last tarot? I think this is my last tarot. The Herb Crafters Tarot. This is also a spring and summer deck for me. It might be more of a later spring deck at this rate because it is still snowing. That being said, things were budding out, and like there were bees and butterflies a few days ago. So I don't know what's going to happen to them. Probably nothing good. Excuse me. I seem to have a bit of congestion today, mostly because I'm just allergic to the air in Alberta. It's really fun. Yeah, this is, I mean, maybe it's more of a summery deck, but sometimes at this point of the year when it still looks like winter outside, which it very much does, there's like a foot of snow on my balcony. You just need the images of life and color and vibrancy from this deck. It's so beautiful. I love it. And I love all of the choices for all the cards. I think they did a really phenomenal job. And the artwork is stunning. This is one of my favorites. Because I'm one of those unusual people that does really like the Hierophant, but I love this version of it, where it's about tradition and ceremony and everything, but it's not so Catholic, which is lovely. Hawthorn. Hawthorn was starting to bud too, so hopefully those trees will be okay. A bit of snow, I hope. It's maybe more summer deck, but I may still have it out for a while just because I'm kind of ready for green things. I'm a bit tired of everything being white and brown and gray. So a little bit of green would be lovely, even if it's just in a card and not in real life here yet. Yeah, that'd be amazing. the birch are not. Were they budding? No, they weren't budding yet, so that's good. Mullein. I do have some of that growing in my living room. I love mullein. Turmeric. Oh, it's just so beautiful. Some people are so impressively talented. It's amazing. So, yeah, I appreciate the amount of planning and thought that went into this deck as well. It really is well organized. Okay, so now if I'm thinking about this capsule collection situation, the idea is, which as I said I did very badly as of March, that you pair 2 tarot decks with 2 oracle decks into sort of a capsule collection that's multi-purpose for the month. This deck is How to Be a Wildflower. I haven't really used it a lot. I used it a little bit when I first got it. I love the artwork. But I just love Katie Daisy's artwork. It's so like cute and whimsical. And it comes in this very cute but not very practical box. So yeah, I don't know what this would go with. Maybe it'd go with Dirt Gems. Maybe. That's a possibility. Yeah, I may try that, actually. I want to try that. Why not? I have nothing else to do today. So let's see if this works. I have boxes everywhere. Good. Chickweed save her life. I mean, chickweed will do that. Yeah, it kind of works. I'm okay with this. Love is the poetry of the senses. Cute. Yeah, okay. I may try this together. I don't know all of the plants in the Dirt Gems. Be astonished. Bee balm. That's cute. So yeah, I may play with this a little bit. It's got potential. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, this is I think one of my contenders, I guess, for the April excuse me, follow this bark, April capsule collection. Don't know why that just left my head, but occasionally words just do that, which is super fun. Okay, so that's an interesting potential pair. This one thing I don't like about this box is that it goes on at the top like this. So I do sometimes, if you lift it up like this, the bottom slides out and occasionally cards slide out. It's not my favorite box design. One other deck that has an obvious pairing with the Gentle Tarot is Song of the Grandmothers, which will also be out this spring at some point because it's so beautiful. Spring and summer. It'll be out for a while. I used it quite a lot with the Gentle Tarot last summer. And I mean, obviously, because the art is by Mari in the Sky in both occasions, they match together artistically. But I also really like the keywords and the little haikus on here. It's really well done and beautiful, and I love it. Yeah, I'm not sure I have anything else to say about it except how cute is that? I mean, if you can make an ostrich look cute, that's cute too. Firefly. We don't have fireflies around here, I don't think. Peppermint. I do have that growing on my balcony too. Definitely don't have sharks, or oranges, or panthers. But it's a really beautiful deck. Volunteer. interesting. Yeah, it's got some interesting choices. Some not necessarily obvious keywords, but I really like them. It's quite well done. So that is definitely a potential pair that I quite like. Another flowery deck that might be more summery, but let's see. Because I haven't had this out since last summer, I think, is the Soulflower Plant Spirit Oracle. Yeah, is this more summery? This looks more summery. I might hold off on the still summer, but still, I mean, I do have, well, I'm trying to grow nasturtiums. They haven't germinated yet. Chamomile has, so has milk thistle. So yeah, I love this deck, but yeah, I'm thinking it's more summery. Fine. I love so many of these plants. Getting a bit messy here. They're so good. Do I have red clover? I do have red clover. I'm trying to grow that this year. As like a sort of ground cover underneath some of my other plants, because anytime, columbine is one of the few I'm not familiar with in here, because every time I try to try and use mulch, the birds just steal it for their nests and things. Every time. Doesn't matter what I use. Conventional mulch, any sort of shredded paper, any sort of anything. They've stolen it all. So I need to do something about that. And my attempt to deal with that is to plant low-growing plants that don't need a lot of water, like clover and dandelion and wild strawberries. So here's hoping. So yeah, I think maybe I'll save this for summer. Okay, I have two more that I've never actually used a lot of. I've used a little bit of them. This might also be more summery, but because I haven't used it in a while, let's have a look. This is in French. This is the Healing Woman Oracle. And I think it's really beautiful. I do sometimes still need to, like, my French is, you know, not non-existent, but not good enough to know all of the words here, so I do still need to look up some things. But that's okay. Even if Google Translate doesn't always get the grammar and the like subtext right, at least it can handle the actual dictionary definition of the words. So, is this spring? I don't know. I can't decide. Maybe it's spring. It does have a lot of white space on it. That's so cute. I love that one. Offer. Simplify your life. Yeah, maybe. What would I use this with? The Gentle Tarot? Maybe. Maybe the Herb Crafters. I don't know if it would go with this. It might not. Might be too. This is not my favorite image. Yeah, not sure I'm crazy about that combination with the Spirit Song, but let's just putter. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if I'm convinced by this yet. Plus the Gentle Tarot has the Song of the Grandmothers. So let's just try it real quick with, I have too many boxes out. And why did I put this away? Shouldn't have put it away. Oh well. Okay, this might work better. this is not centered. I've veered to the left here somehow. Huh. Okay. Will that do? I guess that'll do. Good enough. Yeah, okay. This I could work with. This could be a thing. Maybe, I don't know, I have too many options now though. Maybe I'll save this till May. This might be a good May option for the capsule collection situation. Cute. Yeah, okay. I don't dislike this. I'm not sure if I'm 100% convinced yet. I love horsetail. But I'm not convinced. We'll see. Maybe in May I'll pull these ones out and then practice my French a little bit with this one, because I do need to do that. It's, how many cards are in here? 44. That's all right. Yeah, it's a nice deck. It's a bit big for me, but I guess that's normal Oracle size, so okay. Yeah, I think maybe I'll try it with Herdcrafters in May. So not April, but that's good. This is Messages from the Light. I used this with the Roots of Asia Tarot, which is my Drop 'em 78 deck in the fall. And it works really well, really well with that. But I haven't used it with anything else since. So let's just see if it'll work with anything else. It does seem a little bit spring. Yeah, this could work. I could get behind this. Yeah, okay, I think I like this together. I may have to experiment a bit. This may also be for May then, as spring decks go. Whoops. Let's try. I've never found anything for, now I've got boxes and decks everywhere. That's fantastic. How to make a mess in one video. That I can do that. Let's see, I've never found anything to pair with Spirit Song. It might just be one of those decks that works just by itself, which is okay. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, it's fun to pair things together, but it's not technically essential. I mean, they're very different, but maybe. Yeah, I don't know. The art styles are very different, and the color palettes are quite different, but they don't, like, clash with each other exactly. So maybe I'll try it. See if it helps me use the Spirit Song a bit more, because I really should. It's beautiful. I like it. I haven't used it in like a full year, I think, at this point, so I should probably dig that out. Yeah, okay. This has potential. Okay, one other thing I want to try this with. I think I'll leave this out for, what are we? We're in March now. Almost April. So I might leave these two out together for April, I think. I mean, I might change my mind by tomorrow, but one other thing, just looking at it here, that I want to try with this is the Witch Sisters, because I haven't really paired anything with this yet either. Of course, I haven't used it a lot. I've been more studying it, but you know, maybe. Okay, I kind of maybe like this. Maybe I'll have to do some experimenting this month. Interesting. Yeah, so, I mean, also very different art styles, but maybe there's potential there. I don't dislike it, which is not really a strong statement in support, but, you know, kind of like it. So maybe I'll have to do some experimenting. Yep, I think experimentation with some of these pairs will be happening. That's pretty. In April and May. Cool. Okay, so those are, I think, my spring decks and possible pairs for those. Yep, that's it. That's all I got. If you've made it to the end, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.